All right, starting in January 2026, the TSP is rolling out in-plan Roth conversions, and federal employees rightfully have a lot of questions. What exactly is a Roth conversion? Why would I even do this? What's the best time? Is there a best time? And how does it actually work? So today we're going to be answering as many of the frequently asked questions as we can on TSP Roth conversions. Before we get started, I do want to be really clear about one thing. Roth conversions, as popular as they are not a one-size-fits-all strategy. So we hear a lot about them, a lot of interest, but every person, every federal employee's situation is different from your income, your marital status, your retirement timeline, taxes, state you live in, um, whether you have an outside IRA, your legacy goals. I could go on and on. So let's get started. Question number one, what exactly is a Roth conversion? A Roth conversion moves money from your traditional TSP over to a Roth TSP. You pay income taxes on the amount that you convert in that year that you do it. But once it's in your Roth TSP, the money grows completely tax-free. And the best part is when you withdraw it in retirement, it's also tax-free. So think of it like this. Your traditional TSP that most people have, you plant the seed without paying any taxes up front. That's a deduction. But you owe taxes on the entire harvest when you take withdrawals later. The Roth is opposite. You pay taxes on the seed now, but everything that grows is yours tax-free in the future. Question number two, how can I convert and how much? So in 2026, who can convert and how much? In 2026, active federal employees, separated federal employees, and spousal beneficiaries can all convert a minimum of 500 at a time with no limit on the amount of conversions, and there is no maximum. Question number three, why would I want to do a Roth conversion in the first place? Well, there's several reasons, but here are some of the big ones. Protecting against potentially higher taxes in the future. I know everyone says you'll be lower in taxes, but tax rates change, and you have a pension, you have Social Security, you have TSP, so there's going to be taxes. You have tax-free income in retirement, giving you flexibility to manage your tax brackets, avoid Medicare surcharges and other things, reduces future RMDs from your traditional TSP, and then also it's a wonderful tool for leaving a tax-free legacy to your heirs. Question number four is is there a best time to convert? Well, the sweet spot tends to be often right after you retire, before you start Social Security, if you're retiring before starting Social Security. Your income drops perhaps a little bit. You may be in a lower tax bracket or not. And then there's that window continues till you start your RMDs at 73 or 75, required minimum distributions. Also, there's an opportunistic time when the market's depressed. You can consider converting some of those funds when the market's down and then getting it in there, and that tax-free growth occurs when there's a market recovery. Number five is, how do I pay the taxes on my conversion? This is a big point. The TSP does not withhold taxes on the amount when you convert it. You're responsible for paying both federal and perhaps state taxes from other funds you have set aside. So your options here are make quarterly estimated tax payments throughout the year if you know how much you're going to convert. If you're still working, you can increase your paycheck withholdings. That's a nice option. Make estimated payments before the end of the year. There's some safe harbor rules you'd want to look into to make sure that you don't get any penalties. Or you can pay when you file in April, but you could face underpayment penalties by doing that. So, of course, consult your tax preparer. Bottom line is you need cash reserves outside your TSP to pay the bill for the conversion amount. Question number six, should I convert from my TSP or an IRA, right? This is a pretty big question. I'm going to give two reasons why I think it could be more compelling if you have both, or if you're retired and you're thinking about moving to an IRA. IRA may be a little bit more advantageous than the TSP. However, the TSP Roth conversions, that's a great option. First, with an IRA, you can select which investments you convert. In a down market, opportunistically converting the stock funds when they're down significantly is a great way to maybe do so at a lower conversion amount, meaning lower taxes. And then on that recovery, you get to participate on a tax-free basis. Inside of the TSP, it's always pro rata. So if you're 60% stocks, 40% bonds, that's what moves over. Secondly, IRAs offer the option to withhold taxes directly from the conversion amount. Now, this may not be what you want to do. Generally, it's better to do the funds from an outside source to pay the taxes. But if you really want to do Roth conversions and everything makes sense, you just don't have the dollars to pay the taxes outside, that could be an advantage. Question number 7 is, what mistakes should I really avoid? Don't convert too much at one time. Don't get carried away. A lot of times people will try and stay in their same tax bracket, know the IRMA, the Medicare surcharge thresholds. That's a big one that you want to avoid. And then never convert without the cash to pay the taxes. Just touched on that already. And just know that the conversions within the TSP are permanent. There's no do-overs there. So that's key. Now, this video may leave you with more questions than you actually started with. Many times gathering more details and information will do that, but not to worry, we've got some solutions for you. But again, I want to reiterate, this is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. Federal employee, everyone's different. We know that. Your taxes, where you live, your family dynamics, all that stuff's different. So all these variables do matter. What we have is we have specialized tools, and we offer those tools and software designed specifically to help individuals and federal employees take the long view and factor in all these very critical variables into the calculation to help you decide if a Roth TSP conversion or IRA conversion makes sense for you, and if so, how much would be a good fit and how long that strategy should last for you. So there's so many things you can get wrong, but there's a lot of benefits if you do get it right with Roth conversions. So I'll just leave with this. Roth conversions are coming again to the TSP in just a few short months. They're powerful, but only if you really understand them and they fit your situation with your long-term financial plan in mind. So start preparing now if you're interested. Maybe start building up your cash reserves to pay the taxes. Don't be afraid to have someone help you run the numbers. We're happy to do that. Thank you for watching, and then also subscribe to our channel if you're interested in hearing more. And then by all means, please place your comments down below. Thanks so much. See you next time.